Good morning, children. This is class 10th physics, chapter number 12, electricity. This is topic number 2, that is electric potential and potential difference. So, by the end of the class, children, you will be able to define the electric potential difference. Means what is the definition of it? You will be able to give the SI unit, means the unit to measure the electric potential difference. You will be able to define 1 unit of electric potential difference. You will be able to name the instrument with which you can measure the potential difference. And you will also be able to solve the numericals. You will be able to calculate the electric potential difference, right? So let's start with what is electric potential difference, right, children? Now, just imagine that this is a table, and on the table, I have dropped some water. The blue color is the water on the table, right? Now, what will happen as the water will flow on the table, but the water will not spill down. But if I tilt the table, if I tilt the table, suppose I am tilting the table like this, right? So what will now happen? This water will flow down. So why did the water flow down? The water flowed down due to the difference in the height. Right, children? Here the height was less. Here the height is more. So there is a slope on the table because of the difference in the height. यहाँ पे height ज़्यादा है, यहाँ पे height कम है. So the water flowed from higher height towards the lower height. So similarly, children, the electrons, the electricity, it also flows, Ashish, due to some difference, right? What is that difference? Let's see. Let's start with the introduction. Okay, so children, what happens in electricity is, suppose children, here you are having two bodies. Let us name this as body A, and this we will name it as body B. So if you see, children, on body A there are number of electrons. See, kitne sare electrons hai, oh god, so many electrons, right? And on body B there are very less electrons. How many? 1 2 3 4 5, only 5 electrons, right, beta? So your body A has excess of electrons, बहुत सारे electrons, and body B has less number of electrons, right? Now, electrons means negatively charged, मतलब negative. So this is a negatively charged body, and this is comparatively, उसके comparison में ये positive होगी. So negative, we know all the negative values, they are lesser. So this body A is at lower potential. Body A is at lower potential and body B is at higher potential because that is positive, right? So what is potential? Potential is the number of electrons. Here the number of electrons are very large, right? So here this is said to be at lower potential, and here the number of electrons are less. This is said to be higher potential. So what will happen as the water flowed from higher height, जहां height ज़्यादा थी, वहां से towards the lower height. Similarly, children, the electrons are going to flow from higher electron. That is, higher electrons are where? यहाँ पे ज़्यादा electrons are, right? So electrons are going to flow from body A to body B. जहां पे ज़्यादा electrons है, वहां से it is going to move towards body B, right? From higher number of electrons towards lower number of electrons. But we know that opposite to the flow of electrons is your electric current, right? So green color is the direction of your electric current, that is from positive to negative. So whenever in a circuit you are drawing the direction of current, from where you will show? You will show from the positive terminal of the cell towards the negative terminal of the cell. So the direction of electric current is from positive to negative. Okay, that is opposite to the flow of electrons. So let's summarize. Electrons, they flow from a body having higher electrons towards a body having lower electrons. Zyada electrons se kam electrons ki taraf the electrons are going to move, and opposite to that is the direction of electric current. So the direction of electric current is from positive of the cell through the circuit to the negative terminal of the cell. Right? So you should remember electric current is from positive terminal through the circuit, from positive terminal through the circuit to the negative terminal. Right? So electric current, it flows from higher potential to lower potential. Okay. So what happens, children? Here the electrons, they start flowing, right? यहाँ पे electrons आने लग जाएंगे, right? And what will happen at one time? The number of electrons on both the body A and B, they become equal. So suppose here also you are having 100 electrons, here also you are having 100 electrons. So once the number of electrons, they will become equal, this will stop. The flow of electrons stop. The electric current stops. So there should be difference in the number of electrons. So who is going to create that difference in the number of electrons? It is the cell, the battery, which is going to continuously provide body A with higher number of electrons. So your cell, your battery in the remote, it continuously provides electrons, negative charge to one terminal, so that that terminal always remains at negative potential. That terminal always has large number of electrons, right? जो cell जो है, it does not allow the number of electrons to become equal, क्योंकि वो additional electrons इसको provide करता ही रहता है, right? So who is going to maintain the potential? The cell. It helps to maintain the potential across the conductor. Right? So इससे हमें ये समझ में आया बेटा that when the water spills on the table, if we tilt the table, the water flows down due to the difference in the height. Here, why the electrons are flowing? The electrons are flowing due to the difference in the number of electrons. Here the number of electrons are more. Here the number of electrons are very less. So the electrons flow from body A, that is at higher electrons, towards body B, right? And opposite to this is the direction of current, that is from positive terminal through the circuit to the negative terminal. And who helps us to maintain the difference in the number of electrons? एक जगह ज्यादा electron, एक जगह कम electron. Who helps us to maintain this potential? It is the cell, the battery, which helps us to maintain the potential difference across the conductor. Right, children, this is the introduction. Now let's start, or let's move towards the definition of electric potential difference. Before that, let's talk about potential. So children, potential is, suppose here we are having, this is a point and this point is at infinity, right? This point is very, very far, and here you are having a पॉजिटिव चार्ज, यहाँ पे एक चार्ज है आपके पास, राइट? प्लस क्यू चार्ज है. अब you want to bring this charge from infinity to this point. Let this point be A. So suppose you want to bring the charge from infinity to point A. So if you want to bring the charge, oh God, you have to do some work. आपको मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, right? So you need to do work. You need to pull the charge from infinity and to bring it to point A, right? You have to do some work. So this work done when you are moving a unit charge from infinity to a point is called potential. उसे क्या बोलते हैं बेटा? Potential. So potential is denoted by symbol V. Potential को symbol होता है बेटा V. So potential is nothing but work done. कितना work किया आपने? Upon किस पे work किया? Upon the charge in bringing it from infinity to a point. So this is your beta definition of potential. That is, it is the amount of work done in moving a unit charge from infinity to a point, right? This is the definition for potential. Now let's talk about the definition for electric potential difference. Electric potential difference definition is very simple. That is the difference between the potential at 2 points, right? Suppose you want to define electric potential difference. So how you will define? How you are going to define electric potential difference? Electric potential difference between 2 points can be defined as, how it can be defined, children? It can be defined as the amount of work done. The amount of work done, right? The amount of work done in moving a unit charge from one point to another. So children, what happened here? Here the word infinity has disappeared. So you are just bringing a charge from one point to another. So you are bringing it from point A to B. So if you want to bring the charge from point A to B, you have to do some work. That work upon charge is known as the electric potential difference. That is known as, children, the electric potential difference. Right, beta? So what is electric potential difference? It is also work done only. But here you will write work done in bringing unit charge from one point to another point. Simple, right? Now children, it is a scalar quantity. It does not have direction. So very important, potential difference is a scalar quantity and it is measured in volt. किसमें measure करते हैं बेटा उसे? What is the unit? Its SI unit is volt. How you will write volt? Small V-O-L-T, and or you can write the symbol capital V. It is given on the name of the scientist, after the name of the scientist, that is Alessandro Volta, right beta? He was an Italian physicist. On the basis of his name, surname, the SI unit of potential difference is given. So electric potential difference between 2 points is given by the formula work done, क्योंकि हमने काम किया, to bring the charge, the work done upon charge. So here you are having a formula of electric potential difference, that is V equals to W by Q. V equals to W by Q, where W is the work done and Q is the charge. Right, beta? Now work done, you know that work done SI unit is joule. Right? You have done in grade 9. Work done का unit क्या होता है? Joule. The SI unit of work done is joule. So it is shown by capital J. The SI unit of charge, हमने last class में किया था, coulomb. It is shown by capital C. Right? And electric potential difference, you know, it is shown by volt, that is capital V. Now children, if I want to define 1 volt, then it has to be 1 joule and 1 coulomb. Right? Now children, be very, very attentive. Here we are going to frame the definition for 1 volt. हम 1 volt की definition बनाने जा रहे हैं. Be very, very, very attentive over here now. Okay. Now look. What is 1 volt? 1 volt is potential difference. है ना बेटा? 1 volt क्या है? Electric potential difference between 2 points. What is 1 joule? 1 joule is the work done. है ना. जूल क्या होता है, वर्क डन होता है, राइट. 1 जूल इज द वर्क डन. And 1 coulomb is what? 1 coulomb is the charge, right? So here you are doing 1 joule of work in bringing 1 coulomb charge from one point to another. आपके पास एक coulomb charge है, इस coulomb charge को आप एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट पे मूव करना चाह रहे हो, तो उसमें आपने कितना वर्क डन किया, आपने 1 जूल काम किया उसके ऊपर, राइट. सो द इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस कितना होगा, 1 वोल्ट. So children, your definition is 1 volt is the potential difference between 2 points when, कब, when 1 joule of work is done in bringing 1 coulomb charge from one point to another. Once more, what is 1 volt? 1 volt is the potential difference between 2 points. कब, when 1 joule of work is done in bringing 1 coulomb charge from one point to another. This is your definition for 1 volt, right? So 1 volt is 1 joule per 1 coulomb. Right, beta? This is very important definition. Definition of 1 volt. 1 volt is the potential difference when the work done is 1 joule. What work done we are doing? 1 joule of work done in bringing 1 coulomb charge from one point to another. Right, beta? Now, next is children, we are going to talk about an instrument which is going to be used to measure the potential difference. अगर आपको दो points के बीच में, if you want to find out the potential difference, then you are going to use a instrument, right? As you had used to measure current. Current में हमने कौन सा instrument use किया था? Ammeter, right? How you denoted ammeter? Ammeter in circle you had written A and one side positive, other side negative. This was the symbol used for ammeter. Ammeter क्या measure करता था? The current in the circuit. Now what we need to measure? We need to measure the potential difference. So potential difference, children, it can be measured using an instrument that is voltmeter. कौन सा मीटर बेटा? Voltmeter. Voltmeter क्या measure करेगा? Potential difference. या voltmeter measure करेगा electric potential difference, right? One side has to be positive, other side has to be negative. Right, beta? So let's talk about the instrument which is used to measure the electric potential difference. So as you can see on your screen, voltmeter. Voltmeter is an instrument used to measure the potential difference between 2 points. So children, the spelling of meter, M-E-T-E-R, right? Don't write M-E-T-R-E. Clear? Now let us see how this voltmeter should be connected in the circuit. As we had seen that ammeter is always connected in series. Yes, beta. Voltmeter is always connected in parallel. How parallel? I'll show you. See, children. Let me draw a circuit. Right. This is a bulb, right? And this is a, let me make it small. This is a bulb. This is a key. This is a emitter, because let us measure the current also in the circuit, right? And here we need to put a cell. Okay. Energy to आनी चाहिए ना कहीं से, positive, negative, right? Now emitter positive will be connected, negative will be connected to negative, and emitters positive will be connected to the positive of the cell. This everyone knows. Emitter का positive cell के positive के साथ होगा, and the negative of the cell will be connected to the negative of the emitter. This we know, right? Now what we are going to do? We need to measure the potential difference across the bulb. Bulb के across, हमें इस दो point के across हमें measure करना है this 2 points. Let us name them X and Y. कि पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस कितना होगा. So we will use the device which is known as voltmeter, and voltmeter is not connected in series. जैसे ये सब ट्रेन की तरह है ना, एक के बाद एक, they are connected one after the other, उसे सीरीज बोलते हैं. बट पैरेलल मीन्स दो पॉइंट्स के बीच में वो कनेक्टेड है. See this and this means एक अलग ब्रांच निकल के आती है बेटा इनकी. ठीक है. And how you show voltmeter? With the V, right? So voltmeter is always connected parallel. This points के across आपको potential difference find करना है. You connect parallel to it, not in series, right beta? Then voltmeter also has positive and negative, right beta? So positive of the cell, this is positive of the cell. Positive of the cell should be connected to the positive of the voltmeter, means this side should be positive. So here we are going to mention positive, and the other side then it will be negative, right beta? So how you're going to write about the connection of voltmeter? First point you will write, voltmeter is always connected parallel, right? It is connected parallel across the points. Second point, its positive terminal is connected to positive of the cell, and the voltmeter's negative terminal is connected to the negative of the cell. Right, children? Now, why is voltmeter connected parallelly? Because children, voltmeter has very high resistance. Resistance means oppose करना. आप resist करते हो ना, अगर कोई गलत काम कर रहा होता है, you resist, you oppose him, right? तो यहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस मतलब क्या हुआ? रेजिस्टेंस मतलब यहाँ पे क्या फ्लो कर रहा है? या करंट इज फ्लोइंग, राइट बेटा? करंट इज फ्लोइंग ना. सो वोल्ट मीटर के अंदर जो पावर है अपोज करने की करंट को, वो बहुत ज्यादा है. So children, if you connect a voltmeter in series, so suppose if you connect over your voltmeter, so voltmeter का जो resistance है वो इतना ज्यादा है कि it will not allow only the current to pass through it. तो करंट ही सर्किट में फ्लो नहीं करेगा, ऑन नहीं होगा. So as the resistance of voltmeter is very high, it is always connected in parallel, ताकि करंट जो है वो यहाँ से पास ना हो, बट बल्ब में से सारा करंट पास हो जाए. Right, children? So here we studied for voltmeter. Voltmeter symbol is this, that is in circle. You are going to write V. One side is positive, other side is negative. How is voltmeter connected in circuit? Voltmeter is connected parallel, right? It is connected parallel across the 2 points. And the positive of the voltmeter is connected to the positive of the cell, and the negative of the voltmeter is connected to the negative of the cell, right beta? Negative of the cell. Getting? And why it is connected in parallel? Because its resistance is very large. It won't allow the current to pass through them. From voltmeter, very less current will pass. Only maximum current is going to pass through the bulb. Right? Here we are having a very short numerical, children. This is your NCERT numerical only. How much energy? Question is, how much energy is given to each coulomb? Each coulomb means 1 coulomb, right? Of charge passing through a 6-volt battery. Right, beta? So energy, you know kinetic energy, you know potential energy. Energy, the unit is joule. Unit of energy is joule. So you know the formula V equals to W by Q. How much is V given to you? V is 6 volt. Each coulomb means 1 coulomb. Q is 1 coulomb. It means what you have to find? You have to find W. So in this formula, you can make W subject of formula. W ऊपर रह जाएगा. Q which is in division, वो उस तरफ चला जाएगा V के साथ in multiplication. So you will have W equals to 6 volt into 1 coulomb. So your answer is 6 joule. So means this much amount of energy you need to give to the 1 coulomb charge when it is passing through 6-volt battery.